Hello, first grade mathematicians. Today we are doing lesson 10.3. We are going to read bar graphs. Remember, in this unit we are talking about data, how we can read it, understand it, and organize it. So today we are going to organize data in a new type of graph. We are going to look at bar graphs. So here is an example. Here are two examples of bar graphs. They may be vertical, going up and down, or they may be horizontal, going side to side. These graphs show the same information, boys and girls. A bar graph has a title. It also has two more parts. The bar graph has the name under or beside the bar telling you what it is showing. For example, this bar is showing how many students' favorite fruit is mangoes. This one, the title says Student Survey, Favorite Fruits. So this bar, I know, is how many students like mangoes. This bar says apples, so this is how many students like apples, grapes, bananas, and oranges. And it is the same. On the vertical bar graph, the names are underneath the lines, and on the horizontal bar graphs, the names are beside the lines. Bar graphs also have numbers along the sides, boys and girls. These numbers tell you how many students, because if I were to just look at this bar, would I know how many students like bananas? It would be very difficult to tell. When we are looking at a bar graph, we look at the top of the bar or at the end of the bar, and then you are going to trace a line. So if I'm looking at how many students like bananas, I'm going to use my finger. I'm going to use a pen to show you today, boys and girls, to trace a straight line back to the numbers to see that it shows me 100 students' favorite fruit is bananas. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. If I'm looking for the students that like bananas, I'm going to draw a line at the very end of the bar and trace it all the way back down to the numbers to see that 100 students like bananas. Looking at this graph, boys and girls, what fruit do the students like the most? The students like bananas the most. Now looking at your math job today, boys and girls, the front page starts with a picture graph. I'm going to read it to you, and then I want you to pause the video and solve the problem. Emma's class made this picture graph. What question could Emma's class answer using the graph? Write your question and write the answer. Now pause the video, boys and girls, so that you can complete this page. Now that you've unpaused the video and completed the first page, you may flip to the second page. In a bar graph, each bar shows information. You can compare the lengths of the bars. What title describes this graph? So, boys and girls, this graph says art tools, markers, paintbrushes, crayons, and the number of children that like them. So, what might a good title for this graph be? We could call it Artists Favorite Tools. All right, boys and girls. They asked many different artists and what their favorite tools were. So, putting our finger to the end of the red line, how children, how many artists liked markers? To read, put your finger to the end of the blue line. How many artists liked paintbrushes? And to the end of the yellow line, how many artists like crayons? All right, mathematicians, you may answer those questions and then flip to the next page.